It was my first day teaching a new class. I was a new teacher. The teacher before me didn't want to work with these students anymore. They were spirited. Amongst them was Mia, who was perhaps the most spirited. My first day teaching Mia was like no other. She stood up in front of me, right in front of me, and started gesturing to the class as I attempted to teach them what I expected from them for the Memoir unit. I held my hand up as she was going to leave the class, and I said, "We need to talk." She pushed my hand out of the way and said, "I don't need to listen to you or any of your..." A couple of hallway discussions later, and a suspension, Mia decided that she wanted to do some work. She began her memoir, and she turned in this paper. I am 15. I am Puerto Rican. My family fights a lot. It was a good piece of work considering it was the only piece of work she'd done up to that point, but it wasn't good enough. I knew there was a story with this girl. I crossed off each piece. She looked at me. She said, "What's wrong with it?" I said, "Everyone in this class is 15. It's not good enough." She said, "You crossed off I'm Puerto Rican." I said, "I want you to show me that you're Puerto Rican in your story." I crossed off that your family fights a lot, but my family does fight a lot. Yes, all families fight a lot. What does your family fight about, Mia? She went back to her desk. She came back with this simple sentence. My mother yells at me every day. I crossed it off. She said, "Why?" And I said, "Because I don't know what she's saying to you." She went back to her seat. She looked at her piece of paper pensively, came back to me, handed it to me slowly, nervously, and it said, "My mother calls me stupid every day I come home from school." She was so proud of what she had done, and I circled it with a smiley face, that she put it up on the wall. Some of the students laughed. I crossed it off, and I said, "Mia, I don't think this is what your mother says to you when you come home." And she said, "But it is." And I said, "I have yet to be in a household where the mother speaks English and Spanish, and when she's angry, chooses English. I believe what you meant to write was, Mira, estúpida." The whole class laughed, and she said, "You're right." And I said, "Then that is truth in writing, and that is what you should write." And with that, she began her memoir. A couple of days later, Mia came into class with scratches around her eyes and bruises that she couldn't hide with her shirt. We spoke. She went to the counseling office. The counselor already had the paper that she had submitted to me earlier because I already suspected what turned out to be true. And with this story, I just wanted to remind you that teachers are mandatory reporters. And if we have reason to believe that there is abuse or neglect going on in your household, we have to report it to your counselor. Maryland stipulates that abuse is any time somebody leaves a mark, a scratch, a bruise that stays. But teachers will report it even if they suspect it. So I say be brave with the page. Tell the stories that are hard to tell. We're here to support you physically and emotionally. But we are all different, we teachers. We all have different things that we are okay or not okay. So I think at this time it would be a good thing to discuss with your teacher what it is that you're going to do in terms of this story and where it is you will be allowed to go. With this, happy writing. Peace.